Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. The new set has launched and we've got access to possibly my new favourite card, Staggering Insight. For those of you that don't know, this card gives you 1/1 lifelink, and when you deal damage to a player, you draw a card. As far as the deck is concerned, I've made a few changes to what I had it as last time. The first change is I've cut Once Upon a Time. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was particularly consistent. And yeah, so I've shifted away from the deck and I moved it forward to a 20 land-based deck with the 12 creatures, 3 Force of Negations, 2 Paths, and 1 Teferi, with the remaining Aura Suite. So, for those of you that don't know, the reason I'm including main deck Teferi is because it gives me a main deckable answer to Chalice of the Void and Ensnaring Bridge, which are online quite a bit at the moment. Other than that, I've included Griffsbone just because the reoccursion has been important in some of my matchups. This was Arcane Flight, but that fell into my graveyard one too many times, so I figured this was more important than having the pitch card to force. So other than that, just looking across to the sideboard, I've included 1 Grafdigger's Cage. I'm expecting a fair bit of Dredge to be getting played because of that new red 5 or 4 mana creature, which gives them lots and lots of action. Alright, my screen's just glitching out a bit, so I'm just closing some stuff to hopefully make it not freak out like it is at the moment. Alright, so other than that, we've got the 3rd Path to Exile in the sideboard. This will be important in your creature-based matchups. Things like Eldrazi-tron and also Infect, which is quite popular right now. Hushbringer is a good catch-all against you humans or your spirit stacks. It shuts them right down. Suppression Field's a good catch-all against almost anything that's in Modern. You know, it makes fetch lands cost more, it makes planeswalkers cost more, so we'll probably be bringing this in against control if we see it. Alright, other than that, Collector Roof, we all know about that card, we know what it does. Gadok Teague, great at shutting down things Tron does, pretty much everything except for Blast Zone, Walking Ballista, and Oblivion Stone. Other than that, Leyline of Sanctity for Death Shadow and Jund, and Force of Vigor for Chalice and Blood Moon decks. Alright, so with that, let's just jump across into a league match and we'll get started. Yeah, I do apologize for my last set of videos, guys. I didn't realize that the audio volume was so quiet. Hopefully I've fixed that for this one. You're hearing me a lot clearer. Let me know if it's not. For the time being, I'm probably gonna drop the videos down until I can redo the audio over the top, but I'll need to find time to do that, and I'm quite time poor at the moment. Other than that, I really like the look of Sentinel's Eyes that came out. That was the... I'll just pull it up, if I can spell. Alright, doesn't want to come up. Maybe I've selected rare or something in my settings, so my mistake there. It's alright. Just get on in, accept the match, and things freaking out. Okay. Proshi MTG, not sure who that is. Yep, I really like this hand. So depending on what our opponent does, if we get Thoughtseized, we can look to get a Hallowed Fountain. If not, we can Just get a Temple Garden, Glade Cover Scout, attack for 5 turn 2, and then Daybreak Coronet on turn 3. Is this Burn that we're up against? Let's have a look. Okay, we're against Dredge. Okay, I think we're pretty well placed here. So let's see what we draw. That might help me make my decision. Okay, so at the moment, I think I'm just going to go for the Invisible Stalker route, just because it's unblockable and they won't be able to chomp me out. I think the deck with its new addition is a little bit slower, but just resilient, bit more resilient when it comes down to it. So they got a Dredge 4 card. 2 Creeping Chills. Well, yeah. Our opponent's not mucking around at all here. And, okay, they've dropped Life from the Loam. Okay, that's not too bad. So, we will have time to cast our Invisible Stalker this turn. And then next turn's when they start to get scary. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright. Cool. So they've blanked again. Okay, they've hit their 3rd Creeping Chill and a Narco Amoeba. 3 Creeping Chills is pretty good, guys. It's a 18-point life swing there. Oh, sorry, 16-point life swing? No. 16-point life swing. I swear it's 3, 6, 9. No, 9 should be 18. Oh yeah, they've dealt damage to themselves. That's why me assuming their stuff is really dumb. Okay. I can math, guys, I swear. I'm just quite tired at the moment. Alright, let's get in there for 5 damage. And next turn, we can look to attack for 10 and gain 10 life back. So, like 6 Vengevines would be really bad for us now, but I don't think the deck's running that at the moment. I think they're running the New Spice instead. There could be an argument for not attacking there if you are expecting Vengevine. Here comes a Bloodghast. Alright, so we just take 3. That's not too bad. Looks like their deck's pretty slow and clunky at the moment. I think it's at 5 mana that they start to get a little bit more troublesome, fearsome. Okay. We'll see if our opponent skips to this, but I don't think they have an out to stop all this damage we're going to be dealing. Post board, they're obviously going to bring in some Nature's Claims, some Enchantment Destruction, so it's not quite as straightforward post board, but pre board, if you get to a Daybreak Coronet, you're normally pretty favored. Yeah, so here's the new card, Ox of Agonies. He can escape it as well, but yeah, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. So I'm guessing they're going to use the escape here and bring it into play. But I don't think there's any way their deck can really stop me from just winning. We just drop either Griffspoon or Spirit Mantle, get the extra 3 damage off our Ethereal Armors and attack for lethal. So yes, a Creeping Chill would sort of stop that. Okay, they've dumped a bit of stuff into their graveyard. Here comes Bloodcast and 3 prized amalgams. Oh, sorry, 3 Bloodcast, 3 prized amalgams. But all of that's not for really doing too much for them because we just killed them. Is our opponent drunk? Why would you attack with the Bloodghast? Okay. Let's see what we draw here. Alright. I think I'm happier showing them the Griffspoon than the Spirit Mantle. And attack for lethal. Still triggering prized amalgam notifications. That's a bit amusing. Alright, so obviously Grafdigger's Cage is really good here. Path to Exile is pretty rubbish. Hushbringer could be okay. And Gadok Teague will stop their Conflagrate, or however you say it. Don't think I care too much about that though. So, alright, let's just bring in the 2 extra creatures. Wait, 1 extra creature. Yeah, that's fine. Also be able to block their flyers with Hushbringer. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. It's got a lifelink card. It's not Daybreak, but it's pretty good, and hopefully it will draw us into a little bit more action. Okay, turn 1 they're not doing much, so they've probably got Cathartic Reunion for a big turn 2. Alright. Let's get our Hallowed Fountain. Pass it to them. If they don't have a blocker, I'm probably just dropping the Staggering Insight to get the card draw. I can't imagine they'll do anything other than play Cathartic Reunion or the new version of that came out this set, whatever it's called. They've got another 2 mana loot spell. It's an instant speed one, so yeah, here's Cathartic Reunion. Surprised Amalgam, Life from the Loam. Okay, so they've ditched a Dredger, so they're going to get to Dredge 3 off of the first one. There's a Creeping Chill, an Ox, and a Thug. So the Thug, I think that's a Dredge 4 or something. Okay, fair bit of Dredge action from them. Creeping Chill's going to hurt. And then they haven't got a Prized Amalgam out yet though, so that's pretty good for us. And we seem to really like drawing land this particular game. That's okay though. Ooh, another land. Let's see how much work we can do. A massive upside on this card to Cathartic Reunion is it does not sacrifice if you don't attack with the creature. So makes it much easier to block. And like against Stoneblade or something, they won't get Batterskulled, Sword of Feast and Famine out, and you won't have to just lose an enchantment for free. Just increase your chance of not dying and drawing out of it slightly. Alright, big boy Ox, here he comes. Trigger the Prized Amalgam. So he's going to be discarding and then drawing 3, and he's going to go a bit Yu-Gi-Oh mode on us here now. Alright, now I'm a little bit scared of him. We're at the mercy of our draws right now. Thankfully, we're going to get a first strike lifelinking blocker, and they've got 1 flyer at the moment, so it's not the end of the world yet. Wow. Wow. Is there even any land left in our deck after that? Holy moly. Alright. So our opponent's got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19 damage. Yikes. So we can swing that by 7, so we'd be taking 12, and as long as we don't get Creeping Chilled here... Oh no, that's a Creeping Chill. Far out. Alright, that's pretty aggressive, so... What's that? His turn 4, attack for a button. Alright, I'll let the game do the math, but I'm pretty sure he's got me for Xaxes here. Yep, okay. So we would have had 2 draws, Staggering, Insight, and Boggle. That wasn't getting us there. Okay, that was pretty aggressive. Maybe I'll take out the Hushbringer and leave in a path just to take care of that Ox. Yeah, that's probably better. Is it loose keeping this? I don't think so. I'm gonna keep this. Grafdigger's Cage is really good against their deck, and we only get punished if they've got Nature's Claim in hand or draw into it, but Spirit Mantle is also pretty good against their deck as well, so yeah. We don't have to run out the turn 1 Grafdigger's Cage because we're on the play. So we'll be needing to play it on turn 2 though. Okay, so they've kept, again, a Cathartic Reunion or the new version of that in hand. Alright, so just going to bring this one into play tapped, and then we're going to play Grafdiggers and attack for 1. Next turn I'm definitely dropping the Staggering Insight to start drawing cards, gaining life. So he's probably just cycling a Cathartic here, even though he doesn't get anything from his dredging. Except for Creeping Chill's still pretty good. This will stop his creatures from entering, though. How bad is that I'm like still scared of his deck? Despite the fact that this shuts it down, I'm just scared he's gonna get out of it. 3 Oxes, holy moly. I think we would have been pretty dead without Grafdiggers. Force of Negation, now that is a good draw. Okay, cool. So now we can look to force their Nature's Claim if they have it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy letting anything else they do resolve as far as cantrips are concerned. Okay. I don't care about that because I've got Spirit Mantle in hand. And yeah, obviously Invisible Stalker, good draw, so I can use my Force of Negation. Daybreak Coronet, okay, okay. Yeah, we're in a really good place now. Really, really good place. Sure, you can have a life from the loam. It's fine. Oh, well, you can cast it and draw your lands. More like it. Okay, so here it is. Let's bitch the good stuff. And with this next Windswept Tooth, we're going to be wanting to get a blue source, so that would be our breeding pool. Just for any future forces we'll be drawing. Alright, so here, drop this down, attack for 7, and see what we draw. Alright, we'll keep that in hand. At a pinch, if he's got like another Nature's Claim, we can sack the Horizon Canopy and try to draw into our Force of Negation. fine by me. Opponents use 2 Creeping Chills, so they can potentially gain their life back up by 6. They can't attack though. Alright, so let's get our land, and then let's cycle this Horizon Canopy away. Hopefully they don't Nature's Claim in response. That would feel pretty bad. Alright, so Ethereal Armor is just lethal here. Plus whatever else we're drawing. Okay, well, so they're super dead now. Alright. That's a really good showing for the first round for the deck. Everything worked out exactly how we wanted it to. Excellent. So yeah, it looks like that deck's pretty scary at the moment. I'm definitely happy about including my Grafdiggers. Yeah, looks pretty good at the moment. All right, let's pull up Sentinel's Eyes real quick. Okay, there we go. This is why it wasn't working. All right, so it gives Vigilance, has Escape, gives 1/1. So I think there was a Vigilance card, I can't remember its name, that cost 1 white, but it didn't give any stats. So obviously this is a pretty strong upgrade on that, giving 1/1 Vigilance and also Escape, only having to exile 2 cards. Now I like this card a lot better with Core Spirit Dancer, because it does actually give you a cast trigger, where returning Grispoon does not give you a cast trigger. So sort of in green-white, I've done up a little bit of a list here. I've just removed 2 Spider Umbras from the stock list and replaced it with 2 Sentinel's Eyes. I've also replaced the Path to Exiles by Savage Swipe. For those of you that don't know, Savage Swipe is like really good tempo, and good against things like Stoneblade, Burn, a lot of different creature-based matchups, and we're still looking for a match. Other than that, in the sideboard, it's very similar to what we're doing at the moment. Not too much exciting there. Path to Exile is obviously in there because Infect's still a thing. I've removed my Malaria from the sideboard because now that I'm not running 3 Once Upon a Times in the main deck, there's really no point in having a one-of in the sideboard. I will be playing some matches with green-white as well. I'll probably do my next league on that. So you guys can all have a look at that list and how that runs. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, let me know if you're enjoying the content. I know this will sort of be the first audible video. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you enjoy what the new set's offering the deck. Yeah, and other than that, Pioneer, the deck's got a few new tools with the Sentinel's Eyes and also the Cetacean Training, I think it is, but it's still not enough to make me want to play the deck with only 8 hexproof creatures. Taking a while to find this next match. Might just pause it until we find the next one. I'm not sure.